Happy morning, children. Today I'll be dealing with the question answers of the last lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Now, a little bit of summary before I start with the question answers. As you know, this story, the backdrop of the story is of the Franco-Prussian War, in which France was defeated by Prussia. Now, what is the theme of the story? The story deals with the theme of language imposition, which we call as language chauvinism also, and language loyalty. And the story highlights the pain that is inflicted on the people of any territory if it is conquered, and when it is conquered, their right to study or speak in their own language is taken away. This story is about that pain. Now, the protagonist of our story is a small boy whose name is Franz, and on that day he was late for school and he was afraid of getting scolding from his teacher M. Hamel because he was not ready with his lesson. He had to be prepared with participles and he was not ready with that. So instead of that, he had many temptations. The weather was very bright, so he wanted to spend his day out, listen to the chirping of the birds and see the Prussian soldiers marching and all this. But somehow he resisted his temptation and he moved towards school. As he was crossing the town hall, we find Walter the blacksmith asking him not to hurry. And Franz, he was unable to understand. He thought that the man was making fun of him as he was late for school. And we find him, he is on his way to school. And when he was just about to reach school, generally from the street, many noises could be heard. Sounds like M. Hamel, the teacher, rapping his ruler on the table, the children repeating their lessons in unison. Nothing could be heard, and he couldn't understand that why was the school so solemn and still like a Sunday morning. And then through the window he peeps into the classroom to find his classmates sitting quietly, silently, and he had banked upon the commotion to go and be seated without anybody knowing. But now it was a very embarrassing situation for him. We find him taking permission from his teacher, and the teacher didn't scold him. Instead, he asked him to go and be seated. And then he also finds, after being seated, when he lifts his head, he sees that the teacher was dressed in a special dress, the beautiful green coat, frilled shirt, and little black silk cap, and all of them embroidered. This was the dress of the teacher which he usually wore on special days or on inspection days. And then he also saw that the villagers were sitting behind in the classroom, the elders of the village, and generally those back benches would be empty. And then M. Hamel, he stood up and he declared that henceforth German was to be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and the new master would come the next day, and this would be their last French lesson. Now this was like a thunderclap for Franz. He really felt sorry that he hadn't learned the lesson properly before when he had got time. And M. Hamel, he forgot everything about the cranky behavior, about the ruler of M. Hamel, and the only thing he remembered was that how he would miss his French language. And the villagers, now he could correlate things. He realized that was the reason why people were thronging near the bulletin board at the town hall. That was the news that was there. He could again correlate that was the reason why M. Hamel was wearing the special dress, and he could also realize that was the reason why the villagers were present on that day in the classroom. They were actually there to thank their master for his 40 years faithful service and show respect for their country. So that was the reason. Now he could correlate everything. And then M. Hamel, he started with his lesson. He asked Franz to recite, which Franz was unable to. And then M. Hamel, we find him blaming everybody. He blames himself as a teacher, he blames the parents, and he blames the students also. He alleges all of them. He said, as a teacher, when children were supposed to study, I would send them to water the plants. Parents, they didn't send their children to school. Instead of sending their children to school, they would send them to the mills and to the fields to work. And children, they always procrastinated their work. So this is the habit of France, everybody in France, to procrastinate their work. And then he tells about the importance of the French language, the beauty of the French language. M. Hamel says that it is the most beautiful language of the world, the clearest, the most logical, and he makes an appeal to the class to protect it and never to forget it, because language is the key to freedom. If you hold on to your language, only then you can be united and you can fight for your freedom. And then the lesson of grammar and writing begins. And as the lesson was going on, children were writing in small handwritings as if it was, they were flags in the room, small flags in the room. And then we find the pigeons cooing in a very low tone on the roof. And Franz, he thought that, will these Germans make the pigeons also coo in German, as they are forcing the children, forcing them to study another language, the German language. Will they do it to the pigeons too? And then we find that the writing lesson, the history lesson, and the children chanting Ba Baby Babu, and old Hauser, he was reciting as well as crying. And then the Prussian clock striking, the clock striking, and the Prussian soldiers, they were returning from the drill. All these things could be heard. And then finally M. Hamel stands up, and he is so full of emotions that he is unable to say anything. He just writes on the board, Vive la France, and with gesture with his hand, he indicates that the school was dismissed and they might go. So that was how the last lesson, the last French lesson, came to an end. Now children, there are several questions which have been given in your book itself. The first question, what was Franz expected to be prepared with for school that day? Franz was expected to be prepared with participles, because M. Hamel had said that he would question them on participles. And Franz, he was not prepared with the lesson. He did not know anything about participles. The second question, what did Franz notice that was unusual about the school that day? Usually when the school began, there was a great hustle and bustle which could be heard out even in the street. But on that day, the school was still, solemn and serious, like a Sunday morning. Nothing could be heard, neither the opening or closing of desks, nor the children reciting the lesson together, nor the ruler of the teacher the rapping of the ruler on the table. So nothing could be heard. Now question number 3, what had been put up on the bulletin board? Okay, for the last 2 years since the war had begun, the Franco-Prussian War, no good news had been put up on the bulletin board. And on that particular day, an order had come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine. So that had been put up by the Germans on the bulletin board. So these are the 3 questions that you have from Think As You Read. There are more. Question number, again next page. What changes did the order from Berlin cause in school that day? So on that day, what were the changes? The first change that was noticed by Franz was that M. Hamel had dressed in his best dress, in the in his beautiful green coat, frilled shirt, and the silk black cap, all of them which were embroidered. Other than this, he noticed that the school was looked very strange and solemn. And the third thing that was noticed by him was that on the back benches, which usually remained empty, the elderly people were sitting quietly like the kids, like the children. Next question. How did Franz's feelings about M. Hamel and school change? Franz came to know, the moment Franz came to know that that would be the last lesson, we find that he is full of emotions, and we can his love for his language, for his country can be seen, and he realizes that he was no longer the cranky behavior of his teacher bothered him. He really felt sorry for not learning his lessons properly, and his books, which earlier seemed a burden to him, a nuisance to him, he wanted to throw them away. Now it seemed to him like old friends. His feeling for M. Hamel had completely changed. He forgot everything about his ruler and his cranky behavior. So these are the 5 questions that you have in Think as you read. Other than that, you have 2 questions from understanding the text. The first question is, the people in this story suddenly realize how precious their language is to them. What shows you this? Why does this happen? Now, what shows us this? The M. Hamel told the students that henceforth, and the villagers also, that henceforth German would be taught in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, because they had lost the districts to the German. So those who called themselves Frenchmen would neither be able to speak or write in their language, the French language. And then he also said that French is the most beautiful, the most clearest and logical language in the world. And he said that for people who are enslaved, language is the key to the prison. And then the second part of the question, why does this happen? Then the people realized this happened. First of all, why did this happen? This happened after it was realized that no longer Alsace and Lorraine is a part of France. Now, after that, after losing, it had become the part of Germany, and people realized henceforth, when M. Hamel made them realize that how precious their language was to them, and this shows people's love for their culture. See, when the villagers, they were sitting there, why were they sitting there? Because they loved their country, they loved their culture, they loved their tradition, and they were proud of their language and proud of their motherland. The next question, Franz thinks, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Now, this comment of Franz shows a French man's typical reaction to the imposition of learning German. This I told you in the beginning about language chauvinism. So the German people were imposing their language, the German language, on the French people, and being deprived of the learning of their mother tongue would mean cutting all the bonds with the motherland, and teaching obviously, if you cannot force the pigeon to coo in some other language, how can the language be imposed, the German language be imposed on rational human beings? How can the German make an attempt to impose their language on the French people? So, this is the answer. These are the questions that you are having in the text. I think after this it will be easier for you to tackle all the question answers. Have a nice day, children.